Yo, you ever seen somebody tear up a whole gas station because their EBT card was left with 37 cents on it? Nope. Well, buckle up. This might be the wildest thing you've seen all week. And somehow, this still ain't the craziest part.
Man, Joe, they just tore the gas station up because her EBT card ain't have a dollar left on it. Shorty just tore the whole gas station. She just wrecked the whole gas station, man. Yo, I'm talking about tore this thing to pieces, man. Like, what? Cause your EBT card ain't have another dollar on it? You posted, man. And I like this store. Look what she did to the hostess, man. To the cupcake, not to the yellow cupcakes, man. Wow. Oh, not.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I do feel bad for the hostess cupcakes. They didn't deserve that. Oh, but this is what we on right now, man. Destroy the whole gas station because your EBT card declined. Not let me check my balance. Not let me call a number on the back of the card. Nope. Let me flip the whole store up like I'm starting fast and food stamps. Anywho, and just when you think it can't get worse, here comes the follow-up episode. I got 7 kids and now the government cut me off. This is oppression. Let's roll it. But don't blink because you're not ready for what she says.
Imagine getting kicked off food stamps, Medicaid, with 7 children and a husband.
What?
Because that's exactly what happened to me, y'all. So I got another story time going. This story time is how I got kicked off of public assistance with 7 children and a husband. So losing food stamps, Medicaid for the children, and my husband and me, and having a child with disability. So yeah, food stamps sent me a letter one day and said, yeah, you no longer is eligible to receive food stamps, Medicaid. The kids can't get Medicaid no more. Or your husband. So you have less than 30 days before your cycle be ended. So
what?
Yeah, they just kicked me out with no explanations. Little on me stayed on the phone for about an hour. The lady said let her investigate because none of my household stuff has changed. So why am I getting kicked off? That's crazy. Imagine.
Bruh, what is she talking about? Like, genuinely. I watched this 3 times and still feel like I got hit with a fly swatter of confusion. I'm so serious. You got 7 kids, a husband, and Medicaid just cut you off out of nowhere. I mean, you mean to tell me you got 8 people to feed in that household and 0 income? I mean, neither one of y'all working a shift at AutoZone, Uber, like DoorDash. You can bake cookies, sell socks, something. Look, I'm not trying to make fun of nobody's situation, and I'm definitely not here to bash single moms or nothing like that, but she's not here. She's not a single mom. Real ones are doing the impossible daily, for sure. I just want to point that out. But if we're being honest, there's a difference between needing help and expecting handouts forever.
Good morning. Update on the food stamp situation. Yes, my food stamps got cut. Dramatically.
And while some folks are losing benefits and confused about why others been milking the system like it owes them a retirement plan. I'm gonna let her show you what I mean.
Y'all please be prepared. It got cut dramatically. Literally nothing in my life has changed. They cut my stuff off, then made me reapply. I reapplied and it's been cut dramatically, and I have had no changes from when it was before. I went from getting $536 a month to $82 a month, and now there is a deductible on my Medicaid, almost $2,000 deductible. So just warning you guys, if this hasn't happened yet, I asked Alexa why my food stamps went down. She said the big beautiful bill. So yes, we think this is not going to take effect for a couple years, but there's literally no reason for my food stamps to have gone down like that. I do not make more than I should. Like, as one person household, like, there's literally no reason for it. So, I just want to put this out there. Brace yourselves. If you're going through a similar situation, it's okay. We can get through this, okay? Single moms out there, don't panic. It's gonna be fine, okay? We just gotta use the food stamps you get for smart. Maybe buy your meats up or whatever, you know, be smart with it. And this is the beginning of our demise. So let's live it up, I guess. Anyways, anybody who's going through the same situation as me, I pray for strength for you. And just know everything's gonna be okay, and be prepared. Your stuff's probably gonna get cut. I think maybe I'm one of the first people this happened to, but I cried about it already. I'm not gonna cry about it no more. Just gotta step up and handle my shit. So if anybody needs to talk, I'm here. Love you guys.
Now, here's the part where it gets real uncomfortable. And I confess that I actually believe her. I do. I really do believe. I know y'all gonna bash me, but she says nothing in her life changed, and now her food stamps dropped by 85%. Medicaid deductible went up 2 bands. So what changed? I'll tell you. People been stealing millions in food stamp fraud. And now the system cracked down on everybody. Let's meet the folks that caused the crackdown. Starting with Exhibit A. Oh, man. I actually clicked on the wrong clip. It really don't matter. We'll call her Exhibit A. Let's go to Exhibit B, where, you know, what I...
What the hell? What the hell? What the helly? What the heliante? What the helly on? What the hell? What the hell?
What the helly? What the heliante? What the helio? What the... All right, look. You see what I'm saying? This is the part where the media never want to show you. She defrauded the SNAP program for $57K, probably wearing Gucci sandals and calling herself a boss in the process. And always doing this quietly. Nobody on CNN is going to talk about it, but I will. Now, I ain't going to lie to you. I had to play that clip over and over. As you can see, I knew the lyrics, the runs. I played it way more than I should have. However, this is Brianna Simmons. We previously covered her on this channel before, but I just could not get past the meme that they made about this. I just could not, and I had to share that with y'all. So, because while you were struggling to buy your beef, you know, you got, you know, her out here scamming the whole system like it's monopoly money, you know what I mean? But hold on. You thought it was just her? Let me introduce you to the Caucasian queen of crab legs and corruption.
She threw the best cookouts in the whole neighborhood. Had the big T-bone steaks, the crab boils, the shrimp, all that shit right there. Meanwhile, her husband was making over $200,000 a year, and she still found the need to go down there and fuck with them people and fraudulently obtain food stamps. What is it with food stamps? Everybody in the world wants some food stamps. Hey, yo, honestly speaking, I grew up on food stamps, and when I had the opportunity to get the fuck away from that system, man, I was so happy to do so. I would never walk into no motherfucking food stamp office and fraudulently get some food stamps, because I know the struggle for some people are real. And if you really need food stamps, man, that's not a place you really want to be in life. And this right here is big fucking facts. But yeah, this chick right here went down there, obtained some fucking food stamps. Meanwhile, her husband making over $200,000 a year.
Her husband made $200,000, but sis went down there and applied for food stamps. That ain't survival. That's strategy. She out here living the high life, stealing from programs designed for people in actual need. And you know what happens when enough people like that abuse the system, right? The whole system collapses. And then you get stories like this.
Girlfriend Quinteria Williams pocketed nearly $200,000 of your money in a sophisticated food stamp scheme.
Efforts that they went to in terms of scamming our workers, in fact, was very extensive.
According to investigators, the couple applied for food stamp benefits online using IDs stolen from nearly 700 Floridians. Most of those fraudulent applications were stopped, but in more than 100 cases, authorities say Fano and Williams tricked the state into issuing them EBT food stamp cards.
By doing so, they stole from hardworking Floridians whose tax dollars fund these needed programs in our communities.
State officials believe the couple took those stolen EBT cards to the Los Primos grocery and meat market. But instead of buying food, investigators suspect a store employee working in cahoots with the couple gave them cash while keeping a percentage of the money for him or herself. That part of the case remains under investigation.
Fraud is the silent killer of the Central Florida economy.
Prosecutors say they are trying to stop people who steal.
This right here. $700 stolen. Excuse me. 700 stolen IDs. I was going to say $700, y'all. Scam the government into issuing food stamp cards. They use the grocery store as the cash out front. We're not talking about people who need a little help anymore right here. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about black market operation running through EBT cards. So after all of that, you think people would be mad and, a little, right? Nope. They mad at people like me now for saying maybe, just maybe, it's time we clean up. Let's roll the most entitled clip all week.
Yeah, I'm just never going to understand people's moral superiority when it comes to food stamps. I'm just genuinely never going to understand why people always feel the need to punch down when they're talking about people that take advantage of taxes. I know I've already said this so many times on my page, but first of all, people on EBT work and or they are disabled. That is literally a requirement in most states. So this idea that they are just lazy people that take advantage of the system is just a myth that's pushed from the media. It's literally a myth pushed from people that actually do take advantage of the system, so that way you blame lower class people instead of people that are actually taking the majority of our tax money. Pick any major corporation, I guarantee you they are taking more money away from the taxpayer than any of the people on benefits. And it's so weird to have this moral superiority as if you should get to determine what is and is not a necessity for someone, even though you do not have any medical degree, you don't have a degree in nutrition, and you don't have any degree in public health. So how would you know what is and is not healthy? Because on the top of my head, I can think of at least 4 conditions where sodas are actually recommended, and people do keep soda in their fridge because it is a medical necessity for them. And even if it wasn't, poor people do not owe you health. They shouldn't have to be forced into eating healthy just to get benefits. Because at the end of the day, it's not about caring about people's health. It's literally just about control. It's just that you don't want people that are poor to get any sort of luxuries in life. And what does it say about our economy that we think of a $5 case of soda as a luxury to the point where we should be berating poor people about it? Like, I need you guys to be so for real. You're acting like it's a fucking ribeye. And honestly, even if it's a ribeye, who the fuck cares? Because at the end of the day, it's the companies that are actually taking advantage of EBT. Like, the biggest contributor to EBT fraud is Walmart. So big corporations push this idea that people on benefits are lazy and that they're taking advantage of the system, so that way the fingers are pointed at them and not at the companies that are actually taking advantage of the system. And it's so weird that you're punching down when your exact demographic is one of the demographics that benefit the most from EBT. Students and single mothers. Coming from another mom who works full time, and don't worry, I don't get EBT. I think your attitude's really weird here. Because truly, if your issue wasn't just poor people having a little treat, then I don't know why you'd be sitting here splitting hairs about poor people buying soda when corporations are stealing billions of your tax dollars. Honestly, though, with everything going on, we really should focus on the big evil here. Poor people getting a little treat. Definitely the biggest problem going on in America right now.
She done. Are we there yet? We're at the finish. Okay, cool. Now listen, you ain't. Let me wake up. You ain't gotta like me, but if your whole argument is Walmart steals more than I do, so I deserve free soda, you already lost me. I'm sorry. But calling $5 soda a luxury, like it's lobster tail, is wild. People say poor people deserve nice things. Cool. So do taxpayers. right? I'm telling y'all, this ain't about poor people. It's about integrity. The left will have you believe every cut in benefits is evil Republican cruelty, but won't say a word, not one word about the fraud that triggered it. This ain't about hurting moms. It's about stopping people who've been milking the cow dry while real folks out here starving. And if you still think food stamp fraud ain't such a big deal, just wait until the gas station you shop at turns into a WWE ring. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life. Peace.